This is the most ridiculous piece of real estate in all of North America. There was a house that was for sale for over $1 million, and it was a tiny shack that had to be torn down. I mean, there was like literally nothing there. The money that you have to spend to buy a house in San Francisco is so crazy.
I had a terrible time in San Francisco. I got my car broken into. It was parked outside of a vegetarian restaurant in the Tenderloin. I was the biggest score that whoever broke into my car. Dude, I had laptop, iPad, 70D every lens. Oof. $3,000 in cash.
Oof. Oof. Wait a minute. You didn't think that you wwer going to park in one of the shittest neighborhoods in all of California with a really valuable...
Yes. Okay, yes, Joe. I'm dumb. Okay. I hit my head a lot, Joe. Okay.
People don't know how bad the Tenderloin is.
I didn't know how bad it was. I'm like, dude, what could happen outside of a spiritual vegetarian restaurant?
Oh, Jesus, a lot.
I had tactile hallucinations.
You could feel things.
Big time, dude.
Like what kind of things?
Because our three-dimensional experience is a very small part of what's going on in the universe. There's dimensions, there's all frequencies. And if you do enough, the barriers between these different compartments of the universe become eroded somehow. Like I started hearing voices. And to an extent, I believe still that it was real. Like these spirits that were talking to me, I'm hearing the voices.
I think that something happens when you smoke pot. It's not just that you get high, but the way you interface with the world changes, and then the world changes because of that.
Yeah, like in the quantum physics kind of sense.
I don't know. I'm too stupid for that.
Right,
but what I'm saying is when you change the way your brain works, which is essentially what you do when you get really high, the world that you experience is different.
Sure.
You know who gets brain trauma? People ride jet skis. The bouncing of jet skis.
Oh, yeah.
It shakes your brain inside your head anytime you're getting hit in the head. It's bad. Like tennis players get concussions. People get concussions from playing soccer. Like I know a lot about head trauma. I've experienced a bunch myself, as I'm sure you have. Yeah. I know you did from Tim Kennedy.
He lifted me up by my neck, choking me out with my feet off the ground.
And then let you go.
And they dropped me from up
you
there.
On your head. That's so
and my
bad
head
for you.
Bounced like a basketball.
You could have died, for sure. People die from that all the time.
The back of the head's more soft, too.
Oh, my God. It's super dangerous.
Yeah.
Like anytime you fall and you hit your head, this is how you have to think about it.
I'm not going to do that again.
Please don't. Don't think of it as hitting your head. Think of it as you getting hit by the world.
The lead singer of Megadeth became like a super hardcore Christian.
Really?
And now won't sing some of his songs.
Get the f out of here. No way.
I swear. And he won't perform with some certain death metal bands.
Dude.
I had a bit that I was working on. The premise is that God must hate us.
That's the premise.
Yeah.
Why?
We're the only living organism that can watch and have an opinion of itself wilting. You know, right?
Ooh, that's a good point.
A banana's not looking in the mirror saying, oh, fuck, I'm bruising.
Right.
You know, this sucks. Right. Like, I don't look as good as I did. I'm going rotten.
If he hates you, you'd be suffering. How could God hate you? He loves you.
Right.
Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez had a fight, and the fight was stopped because of an illegal blow that Eddie Alvarez accidentally landed on Dustin Poirier, and the crowd was booing Eddie Alvarez, and Dustin Poirier yelled at the crowd, "Don't boo this man." Like, he's not a dirty fighter, and he made a mistake. First of all, Eddie Alvarez's eye was closed. He could barely see. He had been almost knocked unconscious, and he hit this dude with a couple of knees, and the referee didn't stop him, and he thought they were legal. You know, he's in the chaos of a crazy cage fight. But to have those two dudes, both of them are just exhausted from a war, and to have Dustin Poirier step in to defend Eddie Alvarez, who just kneed him illegally in the face, telling the crowd, "Don't boo this man." And then they shook hands. There's something beautiful about that. And I think people like the animosity, but they also really like the fact when the animosity is squashed after the fight and people hug it out. They really do like that.
Yeah.
The sugar industry paid off scientists to lie about the effects of saturated fats to cover up the effects of sugar.
Wow.
So many people to this day worrying about saturated fat and not worrying about sugar because they're worried about saturated fat in their diet, and that's what made people switch over to shit like margarine, which is terrible for you. Also, healthy fats are literally the precursors for hormones. Like one of the things that people find when they go on a ketogenic diet is their hormones jump up. It's because your body uses fats and cholesterol to make hormones.
Now, when you say healthy fats, like
avocado, coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
Avocado is interesting because it's a combination of saturated fat and unsaturated fat. And most people assume that saturated fat is bad for you, but it's not. A lot of that came out of the sugar industry that your dad was probably a part of. You ever watched Floyd Mayweather defensive highlight reel?
Well, it's just him kind of running backward.
No, he's not a runner. Floyd doesn't run. He stands right in front of dudes. He's just so knowledgeable when it comes to boxing. He has such a deep understanding of where to be at the right time and where the punches can come from. The left comes from here. That means the right's coming this way, and he's nowhere near that. Like, you watch him, the way he's able to slide out of the way of shit. I mean, dudes just don't fucking hit him very often. He's been hit less than any world champion that's had 49 fights. I would say that he probably has the most successful defensive career in the history of boxing. I mean, he's literally been tagged hard maybe 5-6 times in his entire career. And he stands in front of some of the best fighters in the world, like Canelo Alvarez. Like, when you're watching this highlight reel, you're watching a master.
You would not believe how much crazy shit I've done with super famous people, like Brad Pitt.
Yo, Brad Pitt!
We straight up kidnapped his ass off the sidewalk in front of a bunch of people, and it was okay because we planned it ahead of time with the cops who knew to disregard 911 calls about Brad Pitt being kidnapped.
Brad Pitt got kidnapped. He was just kidnapped and thrown into a van. I'm really not kidding.
Another time we were presenting an award at the VMAs. We stapled the card to my chest, folded it down, and it was for Eminem. Eminem! And he was like, yo, the dude's bleeding.
This guy's really bleeding. What's that, man?
My first Joe Rogan episode was heavily focused on recovery and the staggering number of people who that reached. It's intense.
The amount of people that reached out to you, thanking you for how honest you've been with your journey. Are you proud of all this?
Anything related to recovery, you got to be careful about using the word proud. It says in our recovery literature that there's a reason why pride leads the procession of the 7 deadly sins, and that you want to be careful about being proud of things and try to focus more on being grateful for things. It doesn't serve us to be proud of our recovery. It's much more helpful to be grateful for it. And so if I've been able to inspire people, that's something that I'm grateful for. If we try to help other people achieve long-term sobriety, then that's the number one thing we can do to preserve and protect our own sobriety. It would be an absolute lie to say I'm not proud of that, but I'm just overwhelmingly grateful.
Yeah.
We met up with this guy, Latham, who's got this rare condition that makes his bones break super easy. It's not even accurate to say how many bones you've broken because you've broken so many. It's more accurate to say how many times you have broken bones.
It has to be in the hundreds.
His arm just stays broken. Oh my God.
I can't even look. I'm not looking. You ever broken your arm off?
I've broken my arm trying to open a bottle of Coke, but I've never broken it. No.
Wow, that was a really slick way of saying, are you able to jerk off? I promised to give Latham a tattoo, and you acknowledge the inherent risk of having an like me tattoo you. Yes, that tattoo is drawn by one of the guys who draws The Simpsons, which is pretty rad. Yeah, dude.
I don't know how else to explain it, really. Just grateful.
And we recreated the image in real life. My buddy JP, you may know him as the shady prop master of Jackass. Going all the way back 20 years, he built every torture device, every contraption we rode. JP's epic.
On 3.
I have JP at the Radical Ranch working on this springs thing on the car for my Super Dummy tour.